All righty. All right. Well, it says I'm live, and I was live once before when I did that, so I'm not sure
You're
really
live
what
on
the
you're live on
live on.
Facebook.
I know that Facebook. Hello, folks. Just bear with me a moment if you're here. Just hang on for a second. I am working through some technical difficulties with no worries.
And I think you're coming up. You're on YouTube. You got both.
Yeah, is that you in the background? I hear you. Okay, cool. I'll just block mine out. Okay, awesome. All right, cool. All right, I like this. I really do like this, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and solve an issue right here, right now, folks. Right here, right now. All right. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for being here. We're going to go ahead and work through this as we go on, but no worries. Also, like to go ahead and say, don't worry about the split VCam. That's a program that I am using. So guess what? You know what it is. Now you can go, okay, so that's what the problem is. No, it's not. Problem is something else, but that's okay. As we go on, I want to say thank you very much again for being here during the Christmas holiday. I know some of you have a lot of stuff in the background that you're doing, and maybe you're giving up a few minutes of your time. I want to ask you and encourage you tonight, get a pen and paper because I'm going to go over stuff with you tonight we've been putting together, the team and I, so we can go ahead and have things really enhanced for you. Now, this is what we've been doing all year, but now I've changed the price on it because it's the end of the year as well. So you can hear stuff. Remember, you can call us if you want it. If not, you don't have to. Also, another thing is we do have dogs, as you can tell in the background. So don't worry about that. Because guess what? We're at home. Now you understand what it is to be at home. So one of the most beautiful things that you can have is, guess what? Is someone that's live. We're telling you stuff that's for real. We're getting onto you and telling you, hey, folks, this is what's really going on. You get to hear us in the back. We're not hiding that we're at a nice office. We're telling you this is for real. This is what's happening. You got dogs in the background and everything else. And that's just the way it is. But the most beautiful thing is you don't have to worry about us trying to go ahead and try to make it look perfect and try to have it all nice and done. No, 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 no. What we're going to do is this. We're just letting you see what the real experience is to work from home. And on top of that, guess what? You get to see the real stuff of us, of who we really are. We're human beings. We have lives like you. We're work with you. We do things. We've worked. A lot of people like here. We just worked. We have worked with you. All right. We've gone through stuff you've gone through. I just want to tell you is this. One thing that we want to make you really aware of is this. One of the most beautiful things that you can go ahead and do is remember that you do have situations in life that don't make sense. And it's perfectly fine. Why? Because that's what life's about. And it's okay. There's no problem with it. There's no anything else with it. It's not even to make up stories about it. It's not even to go ahead and say, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. It has nothing to do with that. All it has to do with is this, is that you know what you can do and you know what you can't do. With this is awesome because then it's time. Do you want to go ahead and have a coach? Do you want to have a coach? That's the question. Do you want to have a coach? A coach is somebody that's there with you, that's going also with you as well. Another thing right now, I see that we're live on YouTube as well. That's awesome. I can actually see the frame. You might have to refresh. Yep, I refreshed everything on another screen that I have, and I'm showing up right here live. Keith, I don't know if you see that right now, but it's on there. You see it, Keith? It's on there. Refresh everything because I see it right here in front of me. Awesome. I like it. Beautiful. This is beautiful. All right. Now, we are here just talking and going along, and you folks probably can see some things. And I want to say, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And now we're going to go ahead and share the screen so you can go ahead and see what we have available for you tonight, which means this. Today's the 27th. Now we're going to go ahead and share the screen with you folks. Now you can go ahead and begin to see in a moment what we have with you inside the PowerPoints itself. One thing I want to make you aware of is this. What we have and what we're sharing tonight is for you folks only. Yes, we'll have it on YouTube for later, but now I just want to let you know that we are live and we're really going as well. One thing I also want to let you know is this. It's one of the most beautiful things as well as we're sharing here with you folks. It's going to be one of the most exciting nights tonight because of what I want to tell you we've been working on. Now, As I said before, corporate credit blueprints has been around since 1985. We we have we have more time and experience than a lot of people out there. But a lot of things is that we were not out there after a while, because the thing is that, you know what, everyone had the same thing. So I only worked with a group of people that actually really wanted to work. Here's one thing. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but here's the thing. If you're a tire kicker, don't even call us. We're looking for people that are really serious about their life, that really want to get something going. Because let me tell you, 2020, if you did not really wake up and really get present to, you're not ready. A lot of you were not ready, especially spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially, and physically, to handle all this stuff. Now, I'm not talking about the ones who got sick. I'm not talking about them. They're a whole other kind of case. There's something different for them, okay? And their sickness was based on something that we weren't even ready for, as well as a society. And then the government really did what they did. Now, right, wrong, or indifferent, here's the thing: that you have the power. You have the power. First of all, stop relying on that darn stimulus program. You want 600 bucks, 1,200 bucks. Man, create your own stimulus with the corporate credit, folks. You can get that in one shot. Some guy got $1,600 in let's say gas. 1,600 bucks. That's a big deal in the beginning. I mean, like fresh. They don't have no score. All right, and they got some other cards as well. One thing I want to make you aware of is this. One thing that I want to go ahead and tell you is for sure is this: if you do nothing, you get nothing. Like it says on the title of that. The title says, if you inaction is fear. You have nothing to fear except not moving. Lack of movement in a time of necessity. In other words, I said before, in the beginning of everything else, I said in the very beginning, maybe when I first started coming out to live on doing these whatever you want to call these things, the webinars, is this: one thing we do have is that you have the best currency in the middle of chaos. You're the one that needs to be calm and knows what to do next. Okay, great. Instead of using the family money, I'm going to go ahead and use the money of OPM. Tonight, you're going to learn roughly a little bit about OPM. Wednesday night, we're going to have a special class on all stuff that we have available, that I'm going to show you the power of daisy chaining, what Corporate Credit Blueprint now has available to you folks. I'm going to tell you that tonight. Available to you real estate people that have been looking for money to flip houses with. Even the beginners don't know where to go. At least you'll know where you'll be able to go is to come to corporatecreditblueprints.com, and we will show you that we have not only the ability to build corporate credit, we have the ability to use corporate credit blueprints daisy chaining in their divisions that developed when I asked you and told and been showing you PowerPoint after PowerPoint after PowerPoint after weeks, how to become the bank. I even put diagrams on there and said, look, if you had $100,000 to go ahead and do take $10,000, you have 10 clients with 10 grand you can finance. That's that's $612 and some odd change a month. And the payment on $100,000 is, guess what? Guess how much it is? It's only $124 and some change. That's two houses that make the payments. The rest is all gross to you. Folks, I'm telling you, you are going to begin to learn one thing. I am not kidding about what I talk about to you folks. I have everything on there. Don't worry about the noise in the background, folks. This is called life itself. All right. We're all at home. Everyone tries to be quiet, but here's the deal. I will not let it disturb me and take me out of the game. Why? Because the fact is, this is life. Don't let life take you out of the game. Life does nothing other than cause disturbances. That's it. That's what it does. Don't let life take you out of the game. Stay focused. Some of the things I want to really tell you tonight is that you're going to see some of the power of corporate credit, and also there's many things we have to give you. So let's go for the ride, folks. Let's take off and let's move. All right. First of all is this. We're powered by awesome. Corporate Credit Blueprints is powered by awesome. Each person that is involved with our organization is powered by awesome, which means this: You're going to, everything that you learn in corporate credit blueprints will power you by awesome, which means you're powered to go ahead and be awesome by coming through, by being ready for the next. I'm telling you, the next COVID's coming. I've said this from way back when. The next COVID is coming. And it might not be called COVID, but are you going to be ready? This time, those of you that got hit hard, that got slammed on your back, got slammed really hard. Here's what I want to let you know is that the most powerful thing is this. You as a person, you as an organization, you as an awesome person, you guys have so much to go ahead and offer people. The thing is that you're one of the people that make a difference in life for other people. Now, with that said, let's move forward again. Now, we're only looking now. This is what I said earlier. Some people might have gotten offended. I'm not really sure. And I'm asking my tech guy a question. Are you able to still hear me and still see me? That's the question I'm asking you. Just give me a little chat on the side, sir, and we'll get going. All right. Now, on top of
Yep.
this as well. All right, beautiful. Now, we're looking for the seriously. Now, seriously is this. It's like these people that are jumping out of a plane, a perfectly beautiful plane that's working, that goes up and can land. Why would they jump out of an airplane that is perfectly secure and betting on a parachute that would make it, and betting on a parachute that you would make the landing, that betting on the parachute that you would make the landing, and betting on the parachute that it would open? Now, with that said, this is what we're saying about corporate credit blueprints to you folks. If you're really looking for something that's sturdy and strong, it's not about what we have. It's about what we say, about what we do. It's be, do, have. Be, do, have. First, corporate credit blueprints is very well established in the industry. Not because we're out there a lot. I don't care if you're out there 100,000 million times. There's a bunch of scams out there, and I tell you, I go to a lot of them. I spend about a minimum of 8 hours a day on YouTube looking at all these guys, and some things I'll go apply and I can pick up and I'll call during the day, and there's some things I said, no, I'm not going to do anything. Some courses I bought, my God, I feel sorry for you guys out there. I really do. You burn. I get it. But here's the thing. There is one thing I could say about serious people. We're looking for serious people to actually join our community, our organization, and the family. When I say seriously, it doesn't mean I'm so serious I can't smile. I'm not saying that. I mean serious when they're really serious about taking care of their family. They're really serious about nothing's going to stop their dream. I don't care if you're a man, woman, you're someone you just turned 18 and you have a dream. I don't care any millennials out there that are looking for something to put their hands around, not to become part of the organization, but to become, I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about the world itself. But they could be part of something they can actually get financing to go ahead and do what they need to do in the world to make a difference. Unfortunately, people, yes, it takes money to get the money, but this is one of the places you can build it without losing your personal credit. Forget it. I don't know why you guys believe in your personal credit. You've got to be so crazy that you've got to go ahead. I'm so passionate about that. I tell you, it's only good to get you out of trouble, not the COVID trouble, but when you have a home situation you can't get out of, because you can't. There's only so much you can have in business credit, and there's only so much you can do until you start studying. And also, eventually down the road, like we have done and we still do to this day, is pay attorneys to ask them questions about not the law. You guys got to really understand the difference between law and statutes and code. Statutes and code are, ask any police officer. They go, the statute 172, whatever it is, says this. Code section 2105A-B, OPM says this. But the law is the law, and the law has one section with the codes backing up the law. Excuse me. not the codes backing up the law, but it has a section that backs up the law, L-A-W. That don't mean Dr. or Dredd in what's his name? Not Arnold, but Sylvester Stallone in Dredd. You know, it's the law. We're not talking about all that. These people are jumping out of the plane because they're serious about what they do. Could someone go ahead and take you to any one of you today that's out there? Can anyone seriously take you to court and sit you in the peers of your people on the stand? Would they convict you that you are serious about what you're doing by your actions, your behaviors, your linguistic language that you speak out of your mouth, and all the daily actions you take? How many could say that your peers would convict you of, yes, you're serious about building and taking your life seriously, and also about building corporate credit? Who are you with now? Are you getting what you really want? Are you getting what they said? Here's one thing we're going to tell you. We'll be honest with you. These guys are jumping out of the chute. We can guarantee them about the chute. Why? Because the chute will open because we packed it. We packed the chute. So when they land on the ground, they know who packed it. CorporateCreditBlueprints.com. It's the same thing with building your corporate credit. You want us to build it? We can give you a 100% guarantee. You want to do it and learn how to do it, which is perfect. I actually prefer that. Then we can't guarantee you anything other than this. You will get up to as much as you want to, as much as you decide to play. How serious are you? The first 90 days is the most challenging part in the whole organization, and nobody will tell you. I'm telling you that tonight. Now, it's not so challenging when we do it for you, because everyone else gets put on hold almost, and then you come first. But those of you that we have the live class training on, like we're talking about tonight, it's not really a part of the live class training, but it's an overall view of how we take serious. Now, not without playing, we have fun at times. I'm a pretty serious guy, and I'm not here to entertain you, and I'm not here to be your attorney. I'm not here to be your accountant or your financial planner or telling you what you need to do or what you should do. You're all adults. I don't care if you're 18, you're still adult. You can vote, you're an adult. You take the consequences. I don't know why they don't have a law at 18 to drink, but it has to be 21. So you need to make up their mind. They're giving mixed signals. One hand out saying stop, and the other hand saying come here. So it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, don't get me on that. Now, but the other thing, well, here at Corporate Credit Blueprints, what we take seriously is what your life is. I am so blessed and thank God Almighty that I had what I had during the COVID. And there's some of our team members and our family that are in the organization. They were prepared too, because a lot of them come back from way back when that were with me. And we talked about this in 2009, 2010. It was in Phoenix, Arizona. We talked about this. What if? And the what if finally showed up. And we always had that cards. Now we had cards here and there ready to go. Also the personal side. The personal side, there's things you can do about it. Even bankruptcy, folks, even in bankruptcies, that's still now, it's not like the stigma like it used to be. Man, you get chapter 13, chapter 7, there's things you can go ahead and do to take this, to take that, bam, and disappear. It comes off. But you just got to know what to do. This is what the parachute's all about. That's why you have the guys that are on the parachutes right here that are free falling by themselves. They're experienced enough to say, okay, I'm ready to go. Some of you are out here like this, but now where's your divisions? Where's your line of defense? The line of defense also, these people are holding on to each other. That's their line of defense. Those of you flying out there might know what you're doing, but where's your line of defense? Someone gets off, the parachute doesn't open, you have someone to go ahead and hang with them. These are all the people that make a difference. These are the people in life that make a difference. So we're super pumped that you're here. We give you a high five on the super smart choice that you made to be here tonight. Some of you are listening to the recorders. Thanks for listening. You're in for a real treat here. A step-by-step guide journey to OPM, other people's money. Let's move on. Now, the successful warrior is the average man and woman with laser-like focus. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. See, a lot of you think knowing. A lot of you really think knowing is enough. This is why some of you went to college. Some of you went to college to get the right answer. Some of you went to college to get the right answers to hope you can get a degree. You got a degree based on right answers, not out of Experience. Experience is not the same as knowing. There are doctors out there that got good only by, that's why they call practicing medicine. The license of being a doctor is not a license that says you know anything. It just says you're practicing, 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 and eventually you get good at what you do. You hurt enough people, you might have someone die on the thing on you, but you learn what you did. It's always practicing medicine. What do you think a heart surgeon is? Do you think they walk right in because they did it on a cadaver? And a cadaver, they kept sewing them up and doing this. That just gives you some of the experience because you don't have to worry, you don't get nervous. On a live patient, you got them in your hands, their chest is split wide open. You got all these other people. Now you have their life in your hands. And you best have God Almighty on your side as a doctor to get you through that. Because I'm telling you, that is not the test anymore. That is now you actually putting your experience into place, just knowing what are a vertebrae, not vertebrae, but what tubes are what and they belong where. That's just the knowing part, but it's not the experience to put them together. You might know what A and B is, but how do you stitch them? You get it through experience and making the mistake. And sometimes you hear oops, and I don't like oops in the operating room. That's why I'm telling you, corporate credit blueprints, guess what? We don't go ahead and do oops. Because one thing we do oops, oh no, the oops doesn't work. Let me tell you why. Because oops means it might be something against your Dun and Brad. You have your family's life on hand. That's how we take it, just as serious as a doctor does. I know a doctor doesn't go in there trying to go ahead and hurt anybody, but hey, that's how they learn is by experience and studying, experience, knowing what to connect. Here, we know what to connect and how to do the surgery. Willing is not enough. We must do, which means the action. ACTION, and Bruce Lee is a good example of that. He's the one that wrote this. Also, another thing is this: you have this crazy guy running around. I don't know why he's in this thing, but okay, he looks surprised. He says, "Really? That's right. Get out of that idol and get on building your credit." I have no idea why she put it in here. Okay, cool. All right, now let's kickstart. You're here. All right, you're here. Now, on top of that is this: since you're here, then you're just starting a very profitable journey with corporatecreditblueprints.com. Just even listening to this tonight, how much does it make sense to you? Good for you that you're here. We clap our hands and congratulate you. See, this is where you kick the adventure off with a bang. So let's do this, shall we? Let's do this. Let's roll. Now, just to give you a quick definition again for yourself to understand, some of you heard before. The definition from Dun & Bradstreet is this: the Dun & Brad Paydex score is a DMB unique dollar weighted, which means based on what it's owed is owed, and based on what you get, Numerical indicators how firm you pay your bills over a past year or a past months, whatever it might be, based on trade experience reported by Dun & Brad by various vendors. Various vendors. For instance, let me tell you one thing. Various vendors means this. Let's say you're brand new. Let's say you're brand new. Let's say you're brand new. Try shellcard.com. Try shellcard.com. See what they offer you brand new. Yes, there's you go, well, there's specifics. There's specifics that you need. Okay, cool. Is there? Those of you just started, as long as you have your tax ID, phone number listed, a website, Dun & Brad, and you're listed in the 401 directory, go to shellcard.com. Pick a card, either the fleet or the whatever it is. Do not personal guarantee it, not a card like that. Don't do that. Don't do that because you don't do that. Not yet. There's another program you want to do that with. If you're going to do it, we'll show you a way out. It's not worth one card to get $10,000 of gas. Forget it. Okay? Now, that's one. Now, there are many big differences between a business and paydex score. Okay? Business paydex score or credit score and an individual FICA. FICO, you get 850. Okay, there's no 900. I know someone said I got a 900. Really? You got 900? Okay, cool. Must be a new credit system. I know it's not the X10 or what do you call it? The new X10 they're coming out from credit. And they had an X8 or some nonsense like that. I have no idea. Now here's the deal: consumer FICO credit scores range from 350 to 850. Someone said they had a 301, so I don't know how that's possible. Okay. The payday score ranges from 0 to 100. 100 is the highest score you can get. If you're between 80 and 100, you're doing good. Now, also, you still have to have more reporting. You've got to have, when I say 5, in the industry, it's 3 after you get the 5 first. Get the 5 first, then you can back down to 3 to keep the score. The reason why you want to get 5, it gives enough weight and stuff to get on there. And if you got some high ones, like you get some high ones, I'm just going to use like Strategic. Strategic.com is one that gives you the highest if you do certain things with them, buy their certain product. They report $3,000 that you have a credit line of $3,000. That's cool. Now you have some other places that report what you make. You have other places where they charge you. A lot of you are lazy. Let me tell you this. I don't know why you don't go to some of those places, which I'm not going to tell you here tonight, because even some of the people I have won't pay the $89 to go ahead and get this one company that will report $10,000. Wait, excuse me, $5,000 onto your account because you paid them and you have to buy something from them on the business side of it, and now that you get something that says, hey, they got $5,000 from a line. I mean, what's 89 bucks? Go without the coffee. Go without that date, because no date's going to give you money unless you're your sugar mama or whatever, or sugar daddy. I have no idea. Just remember this, folks. You have so many ways to build your credit quickly that a lot of you don't take advantage of those unique areas in life. Here in the beginning, I'm going to tell you the first 90 days is going to be your most challenging because you've got to. And I say got to. You want to score, you got to pay to play. You got to pay to get the scores, which means you got to buy something. Just like when you're 18, no difference, but it's quicker. It gets on. You could do this in 30 days if you start at the right time frame. If you know the persons that you're going to go ahead and buy, the vendor you're going to use, when they report, and they report monthly, and by when, and when's the best time to buy from them. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if you do that, we might even tell you when you join up with us. Okay, you use these now before this particular date, or forget it. It's going to take you 60 days, the 90 days. Some of you, it takes 120 to, what's that, 4 months? It takes you 6 months because you let life get in your way. Stop it. You want to get it between an 80 to 90, 95 on Dun & Brad. And on business experience, you want 85 to 90 and more. You get 85 on business experience and keep it there, and you have 3 trade lines reporting on that, you start getting other trade lines you need. You need so many trade lines reported on Dun & Brad, and you need, like, for instance, 5 trade lines on business experience, 5 trade lines on Dun & Brad. Then that kind of trickles down to the Equifax and TransUnion. We'll talk about it a little later, but not now. The thing is this, what you want to look at is that the power of those 5, when you first get the reportings, when you start getting rid of your cards, then you could drop a lot of that off and stick with the cards and keep 3 cards always revolving, always using. Why? Because those are going to keep your scores going. A lot of you people will like to go, oh, I'm going to go pay it off. You go ahead and pay off all your cards at Dun & Brad. Go ahead and pay off your business experience. Go ahead and pay it off. Pay them all off. Go right ahead. Boy, man, that dummity dumb. That is no smarter than a cucumber. Let me tell you why. Because when there's no reporting, your score goes back to 0. Back to 0. And the cards you do have, you have the chance. You've given now the companies opportunities to cut you off. No use. You don't need it. You paid it off. Oh, you're at 0. A situation shows, see, it's perfect. COVID shows up. The second COVID that I talked about this year, it's going to happen in the next 4 or 5 months. You watch what I'm talking about. And I don't mean COVID like COVID-19. COVID could be something in the industry, a shift in that, like, for instance, one of the shifts going to be in the presidency when that shifts. Then you have this other shift's going to go on in the economic situation. Then you have another shift that they say there's a secondary infection going on from the UK. All these things are going to play. Are you ready? I guarantee you not. I guarantee you, if you don't have a minimum of $700,000 in corporate credit, business credit, you're not ready. I don't care if you have it in your family life because you're going to hurt your family. Let the corporation take the hit. Let the corporation have a good medical benefit plan for you. Let the medical benefit plan as a co-founder and as a CEO or a CFO of the organization you are having to get a good medical plan. Plus, also, what's that duck, that quack, quack, whatever the name is, Affleck. Affleck. Get an Affleck and have the corporation be part of your perk package where they pay for Affleck if you get sick or something. It has money to pay your family. Stop hurting your family. Stop using your personal credit for dumb stuff in life. Learn to use the corporation. Learn to come to the courses and learn what we have learned through many years. Do you think Bezel worries about that? Do you think anyone, even any corporation person has any savvy, not about building corporate credit, but understands they need certain things, they're able to get a perk package. Those who have an organization, learn to hire yourself. Learn to hire yourself so you can legally do it without getting yourself in trouble with whoever, the state, the government. Keep it, you keep it clean. You have no worries. You have no worries. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Follow the paperwork. Keep doing the paperwork. And it's not that much paperwork, folks. All right, let me go on. All right, individual credit scores come from several factors. The payment scores come from one single factor. It is a business making prompt payment to its suppliers and creditors within the agreed upon terms of payment. There's no grace period. When it's due on the 30th, it's due on the 30th. No later. It could be sooner. No later than that. You 1 second late, you're done like a turkey dinner. All right. Also, most lenders and suppliers are looking for scores at 70 and higher. These are vendor suppliers. We're not talking cash credit. Cash credit's different. We got to get you all to 80 plus. 80 plus on both. 85 best on business experience and 80 to 85 on Dun & Brad. You get to 85 on Dun & Brad, you get better rates, better terms, and longer things if you go 60. And the credit cards that you do get, you can get possibly as 60 to 90 days if you're at 85. And then again, subject to. A score of 80 or better is very good. If you own a business, your paydex score is essential in establishing new credit and continue to build your credit limits exceeding 100,000. I'm telling you, folks, 100,000 is so easy in 6 months if you just get and start applying. Start applying. Apply for these cards. Here's another one I'm going to give you right now. This is not, I don't know if it's a big secret. I don't see a whole lot out there, but it's probably not. Go to BP. I'm not going to show you the link. Either Arco BP or BP. B as in boy, P as in Paul. BP.com, gasoline, Arco gasoline. Apply for the MasterCard, even if you're brand new. Even if you're brand new. As long as you have your what? Tax ID, 411 listed, have a website, Dun & Brad registered, a checking account. Go to Dun & Brad to BP. They're going to come back at you and tell you, since you're brand new, because BP requires 3 years in business, they say minimum. Then they require to have at least 10 trade lines. And I don't know what they mean exactly because they wouldn't really tell me on the phone. I said, you mean like 10 MasterCards, Visa, MasterCards? Or we're talking about like, you know, like trade lines like Granger, Uline, whatever. And they said, well, we just really can't tell you. I said, okay, great. I said, I got my answer. And the lady laughed. All right, so I got the answer when she laughed. But anyways, what I'm saying is that they're going to come back and say, hey, look it. We're going to offer you offer. We can get you, give us $500, we'll give you $1,500. You give us $1,000, we'll give you $3,000. That's it. They're not going to go any higher than that. You can get a $3,000 credit line for $1,000. Yes, it's a 30-day net. I think at the beginning it could be 15. That's good. That means 15 reported that and 15 reported again. Doesn't mean you have to use all of it. Man, go in there and use the $100 of it. Then pay it next to pay it. And another $100. Then you're going to report your highest limit is 6,000 because it reports twice in a month. Folks, understand these secrets. Again, that's BP or Arco BP. One's the blue card, and you don't have to have an Arco gas station. You can use that MasterCard in Maine, Arco BP card, or BP. You can use it in Florida. You can use it in Wyoming. You can use it in Sacramento, California. You can use it in Las Vegas. I didn't say it to slot machines. All right. What I'm saying, folks, is that these are the things you want to begin to realize. Wow, is it worth the $500? Yeah, I get some. Here's some of the things. If you have to float it, float it. If you have $500, you can find out how. If you can get the card in a month into your hot little hands, if you can float it for a month, or have someone, hey, look, I just need to borrow $500. I'm not advocating this. I'm just telling you some stuff I did in the very beginning when things were available back in the 80s. There's some other different cards that were doing those things. I would go ahead and let me borrow $500. Let me give you back in 60 days. When I got the card, I went and took cash out, and then I floated the rest. You got to learn how to float, folks. Sometimes you have to. But you guys got to understand this. A lot of people won't tell you, but what do you think corporations do? They take the money. Okay, we got to float this, float that. Some of those big corporations do that all the time. You know how they do that? You guys want to know how they do that? You really want to know how they do that? They do it through, guess what? They do it through vendors, business accounts, vendor credit, trade credit, business credit, cash credit, try to save all the cash to make their books look good. They float it through vendors. You say, how do they float it through vendors? Because they have 90 days and able to pull some money from that they sell the products on the shelf. Do you think everything on their shelves paid for? Are you cuckoo? You've lost your mind if you think that. They just know it. If you know you can move some product, then move it. Folks, I'm telling you, there's so much you can go ahead and do without breaking any rules. The rules are there for you to win with, but they're not going to tell you what they are to win with. Do you think the ones, again, I'm going to show you again, but I don't know what to go ahead and do on this part, but I probably might come later. So it'll take 60 days to establish a positive paydex score. It could take less if you really hustle, but I'll give you 60 to 90 days. I put 60 days because our team will call you and bother you with text you and everything else. First, we want you to apply for a DUNS number. This is a 9-digit business number, identifying number with Dun & Bradstreet. Once your DUNS number is established, you should next find a merchant who will extend you credit and then report that credit to Dun & Bradstreet once you have a positive business credit report to Dun & Bradstreet. You will have a positive paydex score established. Now, here's another one. Here is another one that I haven't even told my team about yet. This is going to be for all of you right now, and it's out there, but it's done on the other side, on the personal side. Excuse me, I'm going to take a drink. What I'm saying to you is this. What I'm saying to you is what I want you to look forward to is, guess what? We want you to look forward to what we do have for you. In fact, I'm going to even see if I can post it for you right now on the screen. If not, then I'll just tell you. All right, I'm trying to do that. Press a refresh here, little button. Let's see what goes on. And so far, no. Okay, I'll tell you myself. The name of the website, I'm going to tell you this. The name of the website for you. Should I give it to you guys today? It's 5-star business MasterCard. Excuse me, 5-star MasterCard. Then up there, look for the business end of it. There's personal and business. For those who want to establish your personal, you can do personal. Want to establish your business, put your business there. 5-star MasterCard. Very interesting. All right. So 5-star. 5-star. Well, folks, something says, oh, I know what happened. All right, here we go. Okay, 5-star. Oh, nope. All right, folks. Sorry about that. Let's see what else is there. 5-star. Okay. Now, one thing I want to make you aware of is this for yourself, folks. What we're looking for is to go ahead. All right. Okay. Now, I'm not sure what I never should have refreshed. Oh my God. Now, I don't know if you see that or not, but that's going on with that. All right. So here's what I was saying before my technician, Mr. Keith, could you let me know that Facebook and everyone is okay as well? They're still there as well. I know I refreshed one slide, but I couldn't be able to do it properly to give the guys um, the web stuff. So this is live. See the mistakes we make. You guys get to see, but does it really matter? Those of you who have no patience in life, guess what? Get over it. You think I have patience with a lot of stuff? Man, I have tire kickers that come here all the time. I kind of like, hey, you know what? I help them refer them to. I'll give them 3 places to go to. Go here. We do, I'm sorry, I don't like tire kickers. Either you know what you want to do in life, and then when I ask you what do you want to do, you go, I said, tell you what, here, let me give you some places you can go to. Let them sell you. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm just going to give you facts. You base things on facts. Those you've been to other corporations or other business credit places, tell me, do they really tell you all the stuff we've been telling you here? A lot of you actually told me, I never heard of this. I'm real because you never heard of this doesn't mean it doesn't exist. What you never heard of is you never heard of someone really telling you the truth. And I don't mean the tooth, I mean the truth. All right, give me a chat there, Keith. All right, cool beans. Let's see. All right, folks, let's see. Um, okay. Well, that's awesome, folks. That is really awesome. Okay, cool. So as we go on with YouTube, we just lost Facebook. Oh my God, I love it. Facebook, I love it. What else? What else can you say? In a perfect world, I'm not going to ever update again, and whatever that is, I am not even going to stop sharing. If I am big on the screen, I'm big on the screen. All right, cool. Folks, I love it. All right, back to this. But here's the thing on the 14th Amendment, it tells you why corporations are awesome. Corporate credit umbrella, United States of America, USA is an incorporated company. Also, the division, or guess what? Under the law, the 14th Amendment belongs only to American citizens who are the Ensligis, ENS space LEGIS, but also corporations, thanks to a key Supreme Court cases. Supreme Court cases. Remember this, how the 14th Amendment made corporations into people. The Supreme Court cases and controversial legal concepts known as corporate personhood. It hasn't changed. Guess what? The United States Inc. Guess who its line of defense is? The 50 United States Inc. You folks really think the Inc. cares about you? I'm telling you, if you still are thinking about that stimulus program, some of you wasted time waiting, been waiting since September, October, November, December. You would have had $1,200 already in stimulus OPM, which you can reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. That's just $1,200. You would have had at least 30, at least 20, at least 15, at least 10. Folks, you want a stimulus check, OPM is the only way you're going to get it. That stimulus check is a joke. Oh, give them $2,000. then get $2,000 in OPM, in corporate credit. Folks, you got to understand, in building this, you don't need the government. The government needs you to go ahead and create corporations to create more business, so then it has more counties, more cities, more states generating more money, so they can go ahead and gouge more money out of the states and out of you personally, not the business. Because remember, the business gets to take from the top and give what's left over. You that work for somebody, you get the leftovers, and then you use your leftover tax money, hoping you can go ahead and invest it to make money. That's being on a modern day plantation. If you don't know what that is, you better go back and study your history. And I mean, really study. Let's go back to the early 1700s and work forward, and you'll understand what I'm seeing. They don't teach civics anymore in class. You would have understood this, a lot of you millennials that think you know it all. Go back and study civics, and you'll find out that all of you are still on a modern day plantation. When you get yourself, and I'm saying I'm hot about this because a lot of you think you're so smart, but you're not. If you did, you would realize what I'm telling you. You would be a corporate credit blueprint and say, knocking on the door, hey, let me in because I want to get off the plantation. And you can. It's all right there in front of you. I told you, fact checkers, all you fact checkers out there, fact check everything I'm telling you about the United States Inc. I even put up there the DUNS number of the corporate credit. I put up the 50 DUNS number of the United States. I put up the DUNS number of all the states. You have the states and the municipalities, the cities in the states. Then the cities have their municipalities underneath them. Then the municipalities has the people, which the state has the people. Some states don't have a state tax. That's awesome. Good for that state. Good for the state corporation. I'm proud of you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for Texas. Thank you for Florida. All those things, folks. But you got to remember this. They don't have a state tax inside the personal side. That's awesome. But other than that, you're still on the corporate umbrella USA Inc. modern day plantation under the slavery of, look how many you work, 80 hours a week. And what do you bring home? A lot of you bring home the pain, which means this. You come home tired. You can't even spend time with your gorgeous partner, man, woman, whoever it is, your partner in life. You have kids. You can't spend time with them. You hire a tutor because you can't spend time, even 30 minutes or an hour with them to read to them. You can't even love them right. You try to buy them with money? You can't buy them with money. That's what the corporate umbrella United States does. Try to buy everybody with a stimulus check. Oh, $1,200. Oh, $2,000. Come on, folks. It's a slap in the face to you. Learn the OPM. Learn the corporate credit. Learn how to get your business credit. Get out of the plantation. Create yourself as a beast and a monster with a way to be home with your children. All these things that guys advertise on YouTube, Facebook. Hey, be with your family. Make money overnight. Do this. This is not about making money overnight. This is about building your strength and your foundation so that can come. So you can be a Bezos. You can be a Yahoo. You can be a Google. You can be an Apple. You can be a Fortune 2000, Fortune 5000 company. Why not be a company? Okay, you're making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars a year, 100 million, maybe 308 million a year. Okay, cool. Do it. But you got to begin somewhere. They all have. You hear people, oh, hey, I've been on Wall Street doing this. Come on, folks. Start somewhere. We're right with you. We're working with you and with you. All right. Here's another thing you got to learn. One thing you must learn, again, the tax ID and what a Social Security is. Social Security, you get burnt. So guess what? Debt follows tax ID. Your corporation should, or LLC, or your unincorporated should be that big yellow one. The bottom line of defense are the small yellow ones, which I'll show you here in a second. Remember, a lot of you don't realize this. $50,000 is only $612 a month. I already told you in the beginning, if you had 100,000, it'd be like 121,200 for a month, some change. Anyways, so most people waste $140 a week. That's over $600 per month, and there's 4.3 weeks in a month. So why don't you open a pizza? Open up a pizza franchise. $250,000, $300,000. Go check it. And that's all you need to have. Then say, okay, great. I have a dream. I want to go ahead and do this. What do I need? Some of you give up. Some of you got beat up. Some of you got so beat up you just rolled and gave up. And look at COVID. If you don't have yourself together spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially, physically, it causes aggravation in a family. Why? Because everyone gets scared. You best have your relationship, intimate relationship, so watertight like a frog's, you know what, buttocks, that water doesn't get in. You got to understand it must be that tight to weather that kind of storm. To weather a storm where a car gets repoed. To weather a storm where the car gets not only repoed, you get home and your lights are off. Not even that. The car gets, the lights are off at home, the gas is off at home. You go outside to go to the car because you just came back from the store and it's repoed. Now all the Thanksgiving stuff is gone. You best have a relationship that is super strong. Without being prepared, that's some of the situations that I know some people have gone through there and personally have known. They called me telling me, what do I do? When you need the money, it's not going to be there. You prepare it ahead of time. I went over this Wednesday about being prepared. Have the plan. Folks, be prepared. Have money ready to go. Be ready to rumble. Rumble means when it shows up, you don't get scared. You say, bring it. Bring it. What I want to let you know again is this. One of the best things for you is to know why you're here. You're not only here to hear me gabber. I'm just a sound making noise. My voice is making noise and words are coming out of my mouth. But let me tell you this. Are the words coming out of my mouth, are they facts or they're not facts? The fact checkers, go ahead and check me what I just talked about. People out there with the COVID. Tell me, show me that no one had a car repo. Show me no one really ended up in the streets. Show me that someone that was barely making it street, just broke. Not poor, but just broke. Didn't know what to do. And tell me there was no one, they went to the family, let me borrow $5,000, I'll pay you for whatever what it was for. Folks, when are you going to really hear the message to get started, to get moving forward? Because I'm telling you this, we will show you the line of defense and what you need to do. The other one show you how to go ahead and develop, get your business credit going, and then what? And then what? What's your protection? What's your line of defense? Bet you don't have one. Here's what I told you, there's 4 points of income, but one of them is real estate. Even right now, there's a lot of people out there that have real estate, but you don't have the money to get it. Next week, on Wednesday, we will show you what we have available, again, for people doing real estate. If you're a house flipper and you find a good deal, whatever it is, and you don't have the money, I don't care if you're brand new, you'll be glad. We'll have the website. We'll give you the website address and everything else to come to Corporate Credit Blueprints. And you'll have the website to go to also to go ahead and put your information for your house. One of our consultants will call you back regarding just strictly the real estate. We won't even introduce you to the Corporate Credit Blueprint. We're already getting a lot of hits on this and everything else. A lot of flippers are coming in because now we have the money. I'm just working now on the funding criteria. And on top of this is working on the contracts to make sure everything's square. So we have our legal side covered and their legal side covered. Now, one of the things is this is for house flippers that have no experience and it meets our criteria. You can give it, in other words, here's what I'm saying. You give us what we need, we'll give you what you need so you can be successful. There's some things where we're looking into right now on a big project, and we're going to go ahead and use this and see again if it fits what we're looking for. This is using, I told you, OPM. Corporate Credit Blueprints has been working. I told you on this, even when we back up to the $50,000 one, we have more than $50,000 to lend. Put it this way. How about a $308 million project being funded? All right, being funded. I'm not talking regular funded. This is like a flip fund. Okay, whatever you flippers need to do, you understand about the houses, you know the market, so do we. But on top of this, we really want to let you know this is real serious for people that are flipping houses. And this is private money. This is private money. We are private investors. Corporate Credit Blueprint is private investors in real estate for the flippers or fix-it-uppers or whatever you got going on out there. And we'll have all our criteria. We'll come out with it. I'll give you the information. Then we'll have a special webinar just for that for your house flippers. And for those, and we're thinking about even possibly having an affiliate program with this particular area as house flipping, so you can go ahead and get in that arena and make some money, because we're a private lender, just like a private broker. We're private. We're not an institution. We are a private, have our own money to fund. So with that said, let's move on. Now, the line of defense is one of the most important things that I want to let you know about. There's 3 steps. The line of defense is so important because guess what you're going to do? Whatever business you have, I said one is real estate, one could be a franchise, one could be profit sharing. This is only 3. You should have 4. Well, I'm just telling you 3 right now. This top one, the purple one, that purple one should be your only thing that should be building is corporate credit. Just corporate credit, corporate credit, corporate credit. That's all it should be building. And then you're going to learn how to daisy chain it down here. And a lot of you have no idea what daisy chaining is. And you might think what it is, and you'll try to figure it out. Go ahead. You're only going to hurt yourself. And then you got to know how to disconnect it properly. Well, I don't have a problem telling you how to disconnect it, but that's what the courses that we have. Now, disconnection is one of the things. You have to be able to disconnect it, isolate it, incorporate it, and there's things called incorporate it. Then you negotiate, arbitrate, and then guess what? You isolate it, then you go BK. It was not going to work. Remember, debt follows tax ID. A lot of you got to stop bringing the pain home. Stop thinking. I'm really telling you, I'm dead serious. And I'm sorry about some of the guys on YouTube. I wish they would actually say this, but a lot of them tell you, oh, you have to have a 670 or 680 score to get business credit. Man, I'm going to have to tell Mike he's full of baloney. And I know you know, but there's a lot of Mike. I won't say Mike who, but Mike, I'm telling you, you're a great guy. I refer people to you, but man, you got to stop telling them they need a 680 to get. No, they don't. It's, is it easier? Yeah, you're going to get a crash. You're going to get a crash. That's right. You're going to get in a crash. You're going to get a cash card or cards. Hopefully it's a hybrid where you get 5 cards or 3 trade lines or 5 trade lines or 2 trade lines, and some credit cards you can pull cash off, and they're at 0% for 6 to 18 months. That's fine. But how are you going to get out of the mess? How are you going to get out of the mess? Folks, you got to understand, getting out of the mess is the most important part. If someone tells you, okay, go personal guarantee this for your business, you best know how to go ahead and get yourself out of the mess, because that's what the underwriter looks for. You best understand that what maturation is. You best have a product that goes to maturation that can go to X, Y, and Z and get out. Your line of defense is what will provide those things for you. If you really must have an LLC, then make the LLC in your line of defense. You're going to learn about real estate as well about your line of defense. You're never going to have real estate under that corporation building. You've got a lot of you, I don't know. You know what? In fact, there's one thing I did before, and the only one I know that did it out there to this day, I've looked and no one's done this. I'm going to find one of the people out there that some of these big creditors have told them on YouTube to go get. I'm going to see where they're at. I'll find them. It's going to take me probably about 4 months, but I'm going to find one of them. I'm going to Google their business. I'm going to see what debt. I guarantee you they have debt they missed on and didn't pay. Then I'm going to find the debt, and I'm going to go ahead and buy those debt. I'm not going to tell you how many you need to buy of that same company. And then I'm going to show you how to force somebody into involuntary bankruptcy. See, they don't show them these things. They don't tell people these things. This is stuff that we teach. How we used to go after businesses, small ones, is put them in involuntary bankruptcy, folks, and walk right in and take over. They do this all the time. You never hear about it. Folks, I'm telling you, this is so crazy. Someone says, oh man, someone's doing this. Oh my God. All right, why panic? Let's see what they got. I don't care how big they are. You can do it. And then on top of that, there's some other things. There's so many things you can do. You guys want to know how to fight. Fight, fight, fight. And I don't mean fight wrongly. I'm talking fight perfectly. And then they'll try to mess around and say, oh, we don't have, yeah. We don't, not only do we use statutes and codes, we use the law. Folks, there's so much to learn about line of defense. Now, remember this: inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. This is the reason why even some of my people, I notice the more they get credit, they have a little more courage now. Like they can kind of like, okay, my dreams are going to happen. And they are. Some of you have other businesses that you're running, and man, what are you doing with those people, man? You get the people educated, get them out, get them growing. Don't wait on them. Don't wait on them. I have I have people that are called all the time, and some people, man, they already called me again. They call me 3 times this week or 2 times this week or whatever it is. Well, the reason why they're calling that way is because of the fact that, guess what? They're calling that way because we want to make sure that you get on top of it. Now, I'll tell them personally, what are you doing? You want 30 days or 60 days? Remember, you decided to go ahead and not buy the program that was guaranteed. You said you're going to do it. Now, guess what? I'm going to keep on you until you start doing it. And if you don't like it, then guess what? Tell me to stop. And then guess what? You can't blame us. Not that we give up on you. You're going to give up on yourself. This is where an action breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit at home thinking about it. Get on your bicycle. Get on your thing. Get the corporate credit blueprints. If you don't like me, who cares? But the product you'll end up loving. The product you'll end up loving. And even the whole time when you say, even the whole time when you're rating great testimonies about what came through for you, you say, I just don't like that guy, but boy, he comes through. Isn't that what you really care about? You don't care if someone gets you all pumped up and excited. What's that got to do with anything? Oh, I'm all pumped up, I'm excited. If you all got pumped up and excited tonight, that's not what I'm attempting to do. What I'm attempting to do is really drive home you're not ready. I don't care if you have $150 million in the bank. You're still not ready because you're going to have to use that if you don't have corporate credit. Why? Because when you start using it, it starts dwindling. You could blow $150 million in 4 hours. Buy some jet planes. Buy a Boeing. Come on. 150 is nothing. Yeah, for the people saying, oh man, I wish I had $150 million. Oh my, I know what I do with it. No, you don't. Because right now where you're at, you're not ready. Corporate credit will get you ready because it's OPM. So when you find something you want, you can go do it. Some of you go, oh man, I wish I had the money to do that. Even with real estate now, you're not going to have no excuses. We don't care about your credit. This is not credit based. It's based on the property. Based on the property. If it fits your criteria, you got the loan. If it doesn't meet our criteria, tough luck. We're not going to base it on credit, folks. Our real estate, private money is not going to be based on credit. It's going to be based on the property. It'll be based on small units, probably 5 units, 10 units. It's going to be based, can it be carried to some degree, but no personal credit check. They're going to ask you for ID and everything to make sure who you are. But other than that, we'll have loan docs, everything, all that stuff. So I'm going to tell you, you guys, it's about, if you want to conquer fear, don't sit at home thinking about it. Go out and get busy. Dale Carnegie. That's the only thing you can go ahead and do. Folks, because this time next year, I promise you, some of you are still going to say, I wish and I hope. Man, why do you guys hope on the world stuff? Why do you hope in that? That world hope is so empty. It's so broken, bankrupt. You still wish for it. You still wish for a hope from this worldly realm. It is the most dangerous place to hope from. Look at some of you still hoping you're still in the hole. Stop it. Stop it. You know what hope I'm talking about? And I don't mean the hope that just, oh, well, maybe someday. There is no someday in the hope. You've got to go ahead and see it first. And how do you see it first? As you stop having the fear. You get into action. You start. Action breeds confidence. I don't care. I really don't know how to talk to people. That's okay. Call us. We'll work you through it. We'll work with you. Though you, I'm kind of scared. Call us. We're not scared. We'll hold your hand. Let's go. So I just want to tell you, get out there. Even if, like I said, if you don't like us, don't call us. Call somebody else. But I promise you, you'll be back. Why? Because we're the only, we'll deliver. We'll deliver. We'll deliver. We have a good team behind us and we'll deliver. Whoop, whoop. All right. Now, there's a credit upgrade program we have at $7.99. Includes a rebuild credit, fast rescoring, history, and bonus of a $500 credit card at the end of the program. Now, that's just your personal credit. So a lot of people have stuff out there. Now, the second thing, we have a corporate setup program, $16.99. It includes the articles, officers list, tax ID, level 1 for 90 days. Now, let me tell you this. The articles means this. We will prepare the articles for you. We'll prepare the officers list for you and we'll get you the tax ID. All right. So information we'll need to get the tax ID. You're going to pay for the fee that the state charges you for the articles. You're going to pay the fee the state charges you for the officers list. Tax ID, there's no cost for that. And the rest of it is how to set your stuff up, what else you need to do. Other will give you information to get some stuff right away, so get stuff on your report. That's level 1 for 90 days. This is the corporate setup. And our IT guy will have the pay button up. And by Tuesday, you can call us though at 888-471-8242. Or you can go to corporatecreditblueprints.com, corporatecreditblueprints.com. Put your name in and we'll call you. Just telling you, look for corporate setup. We'll take care of all of that for you. All right. We'll get you going. If you don't want this particular setup, guess what? Well, then we'll do it not articles. We'll do whatever the LLC. We'll do it unincorporated for you. But you still are going to be accountable for doing that. Also, another thing, if you call us, you want to use a credit card, we have a credit card machine. We'll put your information. We'll do it. You want to use Zelle? We don't have Zelle, but we're found a business account that does have it. We're going to use them to set it up and get it going for some of you. Some of you want to use the WhatsApp. We have the WhatsApp information. We'll give that to you to call us. All I want to say, folks, this is, I'm telling you, it's gonna, this, you won't see this next year at this price. I've cut it down to the bare minimum, bones. Folks, if you get in now, if you do this between now and Thursday, because Friday is what? Friday is what day is Friday? Friday is the 1st of 2021. 2021. If you get it done it now, between now and you get it, we can get it, your articles or your LLC or your unincorporated paperwork stamped and filed on the last day. That will be considered 1 year in business. And 2021 it hits, now you're considered 2 years in business. And for some of the programs that require you to be in business for 2 years, you won't have to. Now we can do it another way. If you have been in business before you gave up, and we'll talk about that later, but that's a whole different price. It doesn't come with the setup. All right. I'm telling you, folks, this gives you the biggest bonus, and you can have a lot of stuff reporting, at least 3 things reporting in 30 days. But you've got to be able to go ahead and get this done between now and I believe Wednesday morning by the latest. Some states are backed up and they do it online. So I can't guarantee certain things unless you do an unincorporated and switch over later. All right. Now, with that said, we have the Millionaires in the Making program. It's $4,499. Includes a credit rebuild, a rapid rescore history, articles, officers list, tax ID, 90 days of level 1 corporate setup, classes, 2 analyzations. We can either do it before or the end of the program to keep the 2 to analyze it. And also at the end of the program, you get 25,000 in credit line included at the end of all the 90 days, setting everything up. All right. Not what else you build here, but an extra 25K credit line included at the end. All right. Now, what I want to let you know, folks, what we're looking for is to really let you know is that we're really here to go ahead and make things happen with you. At corporatecreditblueprints.com, we really do care about where you're at and what you're doing. One of the best things that you could actually find out is this for yourself. Are you ready? Sit down and talk to your loved one. Hon, are we ready? I don't say take the house payment. I don't say take the rent payment. I say take the nonsense payments that you're paying. I'm saying take the caramel macchiatos that you get twice or 3 times a day for a month and pay for this. I'm saying taking the stuff that for a month, instead of going to the movies 3 times a week, go to the movies once a week. If you're going to the movies once a week, then go only twice a month. Get it done, folks. If you already have a business, you say, well, you know, is he for real? Well, I don't know. Call me. In fact, we have one of our students ask me the same question. In fact, he's not even a student anymore. He's an affiliate partner. So he's risen up in the family. So, and also on top of that, I have another business partner that he's behind the scenes. He's the tech man. So all I'm saying to you folks is this. Everyone that works at Corporate Credit Blueprints is this. What we're looking for is for people that are serious, they're looking for a free consultation to see really where they're at, not to be sold anything, that the ones that are nervous and scared, they're saying this has got to be crazy stuff. I've never heard some of this stuff. Can this really be true? Well, the only way you'll ever find out is this: is call. Get to know us. Start small if you wish. But I'd just like to let you folks know is this: at corporatecreditblueprints.com, we really do honestly care about you. And I have great people around me that will make sure that we do what we got to do for the students. Because if I affect you and the team affects you, it still affects me. And if I affect the team will go ahead and get all over me and affects everybody around us. That's why you come first. We take care of you, we're taken care of. We take care of you, you're taken care of. So I just want to go ahead and say to all of you, thank you for being here tonight. Those of you who stayed to the end, thank you so much. Again, I don't ask you to press subscribe. I don't ask you to press likes. You do what your heart tells you to do, because that's the best likes and the best subscribers I rather have. Not because I have to ask you. So I'm not asking you. I'm just telling you. That's why I don't say, hey, why don't you go this? So I just want to say thank you tonight. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. All right, folks, have a blessed week. We'll go ahead and see you on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central, 7 Mountain, and 6 Pacific Time. All right, folks, thank you very much, and have a great, great New Year's coming up. But we'll talk to you Wednesday before New Year's Eve. And on top of this, here's what I want to go ahead and say to you folks is this: remember, get your corporation, LLC, or unincorporated done by Wednesday. Call us. Do what you got to do. Get it done. Call us. We'll help. We'll assist you whatever we can. But the thing is this: remember, you make the difference. You first in our book. We're second. We want to make sure you get where you got to go. On top of that, we bless you and thank you for a great evening, and blessings to your family.